guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. In today's video, I wanted to do a 4th of July inspired makeup look, and this is what I came up with. Also, if you're wondering if this is my dog's bandana, yes it is. I don't have any. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button so you can see more of my videos. Anything I use will be listed down in the description box below. If you'd like to see how I do this, then keep on watching. For this look, I'm going to be using the Morphe and James Charles palette. Also, I realize I use this palette like all the time in probably almost all of my videos, but I do not have a big selection of palettes yet, and it is my favorite, and it has like all the colors in it, so that's why I use that one all the time. I do try to change it up and use different palettes with it, but it does have some main colors that I use, so please don't hate me for that. To start this look off, I'm going to do kind of like a smoky eye with some browns. I'm using a Morphe 518 brush, and the color I'm using is called Code James. And I'm just going to start off with a smoky look before adding the colors in that I want. And this is just so that those other colors, because they're going to be a lot brighter, that way they have kind of like a background that's not just like my skin and like the concealer that I have on. And I am going to bring this into the inner corner. And this is just going to help with that cut crease that I'm going to do later. Using a Sephora Featherweight crease brush, I'm going to go into the shade 10% Off. And I'm just going to darken that outer third a little bit more. And I'm not really going to go too far forward into the inner corner. Going back in with that 518 brush, I'm just going to use what's left over on the brush and just use that to blend that darker shade out more. Also, if you've been watching some of my videos, you may realize that my background is different. I have a blue wall now. I finally moved out of technically my office into another room, because we're hopefully going to start working on my office and making it into an actual office and painting it. And I didn't have a floor. I don't know if you guys can like realize the sound, but there's no floor, it's just plywood. But that room didn't have a floor either, so hopefully we can get it painted and get a floor in there before I move back in. So I might be in this room for a while. I'm debating on buying like a little backdrop thing, like the little things you can just like pick up. It's like a screen, and maybe using that way anywhere that I go I'll have a better background, and like I won't feel like it's changing all the time unless I want it to change. But that's why I'm in a different room. So hopefully not anytime soon, because it's gonna take a while, because me and my friends are doing it and my husband, so we're doing it ourselves, so it's gonna take a minute to do, because we're just gonna have to do it when we find time. But hopefully sooner or later it'll be done. Using a small blending brush, I'm gonna start putting in that blue that I'm wanting to use, and this is the shade Playground, and I'm just gonna slowly build this up to create that color. I don't want to use too much too fast, because then it'll just go everywhere, and I feel like blue is that kind of eyeshadow that it either looks really bad or looks good. So you want to be very easy with the blue. I thought of this idea from watching TikTok. Like basically all I do is watch makeup videos. So I was watching somebody do their makeup, and they were doing like a simple smoky eye with like glitter in it. And I was trying to think of my next video and what I wanted to do, and I thought it would be a cool idea. Again, a cool idea. I don't know if it's gonna work out very well, so if this look looks awful, don't judge me. But I thought it would be a cool idea to do a 4th of July like blue and red, but like a similar way to that smoky eye. That's why I smoked it out, and that's why I'm putting the colors on top of it, because she did like a smoky eye and then a cut crease with glitter, and I thought it would look really cool with blue and red for 4th of July. So I'm trying it out. I'm gonna see what it looks like, and I thought it's like a simple look that like a lot of people could do, even if you feel like. Emphasis on feel like, because you can probably do more than you think you do, because that's what I learn a lot while doing these, is I surprise myself. But with people that feel like they can't really do that complicated of looks, I feel like this is one that would be easily followed. and something maybe people can do for their 4th of July party, because I think it's gonna be super cute and simple. Something that you can wear to a party that doesn't look too crazy, because I feel like some people go all out when it, and I'm not judging those people, like I'm all for it, like do what you want and like do the coolest and craziest stuff, because like people are gonna remember that and it looks cool. Like it shows a lot of talent and that kind of stuff. But I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like to go all out and stuff like that, and I think this is something that will pull that off. Something simple but still going with the theme of 4th of July. And I'm really just packing this color in because I feel like the more I blend it out, the more sheer it gets and the more it kind of muddies up with that smoky eye. So I'm wondering if maybe I shouldn't have done that, but I'm just gonna keep building it up. And I'm sure you'd notice I'm staying out towards this outer corner because it's gonna be a half cut crease. So this is where the glitter is gonna be at. I'm gonna try tapping this color in instead of brushing it on now that it's mostly blended out, because I want it to be like a bright blue. I don't want it to be like a dark navy blue, and I feel like that's what the brown is kind of doing with it. So I'm gonna pack it in instead. Also not tapping any of the excess product off of the brush after going into the palette, just so I can use as much of that eyeshadow as possible. I think that's helping. Using the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Light Ivory, I'm going to put some of that on the back of my hand. And I'm going to use a Morphe M421 brush, and I'm going to use this to cut the crease. Oh my god. Okay, Jesus. Also, I hope you guys enjoy the little globe that I have in the background, because that's the only thing in my background. And that's only because it's the only thing showing on my desk, so I thought I'd move it in so you guys can have something back there. It is really cool because it lights up, but I can't find the charger for it, so it's dead. But it has like a remote with it, like the, you know, like the lights, the strip lights that you can get for your room. It has like a remote like that, and you can change it to like all sorts of different colors, and it's really cool, but I just can't find the charger. So I hope you guys enjoy that in the background. And I'm only going to use a little bit of this concealer because I'm only doing a half cut crease. The only reason I'm doing this is just because I want to lighten up that inner corner. Don't really want it to look like there's much there. If you think cut creases are like really complicated and you have trouble learning how to do them, I think starting with half cut creases is probably your best bet, because you're not trying to like cut your entire lid. You're just trying to do that forward part. And if you're doing like simple smoky eye stuff, like majority of the time this inner part's lighter. So if you kind of, because like I've completely messed this up, if you like mess it up like this, you're just gonna blend it out and that inner part's gonna be lighter anyways. So don't worry too much about having like that perfect line until you get like more comfortable doing it. I'm gonna use my finger to kind of blend that out with the blue, and this is just gonna be easier to blend out with a brush. I'm also gonna blend out this part in here where I kind of messed up. That way I can blend it out with like the concealer that was already there, and it doesn't look like such a harsh line, especially since I messed it up. And it's just gonna give it that lighter inner corner. See how it like lightened it up? That's what you're wanting. I'm gonna take some setting powder. This is the Hydra Perfect setting powder. This is what I use on my face. I'm just gonna use a 562 brush. It really doesn't matter what kind of brush you use. Just use like a smaller brush. And I'm just going to set that concealer. Since we're not gonna put any eyeshadow on it, we don't want it to crease. And I'm gonna kind of use this brush to blend that setting powder with the blue. And since that setting powder is like a translucent, it's only going to blend the blue out. It's not gonna like cover it up too much. The glue for the glitter, I'm gonna use the Hard Candy Pop-In Pigments Glitter Stay, and I'm using a Morphe M250-1 brush. The reason I'm using a brush is because where I'm placing this glue is going to be kind of where ideally you'd want that cut crease to be at. Like that line that I messed up, that's kind of where you want the glitter to be at. And it's gonna be really wherever you want your glitter to be at. So like I want it to follow this curve that I've made, and that's where I want the glitter at. But if you like a higher arched one, then like you can do that. It's just wherever you want it to be at. The glitter I'm going to use is the Anastasia Beverly Hills loose glitter in the shade Crystal Cave. I usually put it in the top, that way I can pick it up with the brush. And the brush I'm using is a Suva Beauty 610 brush, and it'll just grab onto the glitter. And now that that glitter glue should be tacky, I'm just going to place it on top of it. I'm changing the brush I'm using because that one has eyeshadow on it. I'm using the Morphe M213 brush, and I'm gonna do different layers. So if it doesn't have enough on there the first time, then I'm just gonna do another layer of the glue and then put the glitter back on it. It'll build it up slowly. I'm going in with a second layer of glue. I'm gonna let that get tacky and going back into that glitter. I really hope you guys can see this on camera, because I can't see it in the viewfinder, so I'm hoping you guys can see it. Now I have glitter all over me. That is the worst part about using glitter. It literally goes everywhere, and it's impossible to get off. Just using like a small blending brush to kind of dust as much of that glitter off that I can. If it's actually working, I don't know. Now that I have it the way I want to, I'm gonna clean it up underneath right here, and I'm gonna do the rest of my face, and then I'll be back. This is what the makeup looks like with both eyes done and my face. Now I'm gonna work on my under eye. Using a BS small brush. I don't really know what kind of brush it is, just like a tapered end. I'm gonna go into the shade You're Kidding, and I'm gonna go right up on my waterline with this. And I'm really just using this brush to get the color in there and make it as dark as I can. And I do want this to meet that blue. So I'm gonna go a little bit underneath of the blue that I've winged out right here. Using a Morphe M562 brush, this is what I used with the setting powder on it. I'm just gonna use this brush to blend that red out. I'm not gonna add any more product on this, because I just want the red to be blended. I'm gonna switch between those two brushes until I get the color that I want and the blend that I want. And this is just gonna make sure that this red is nicely packed in, but also super blended. Switching back to that 562 brush, I'm gonna blend it out. Going back in again for the third time, and I'm not gonna go back in with that blending brush because I feel like it keeps taking the color away. So since I've blended it twice, I'm just gonna pack the color on top and leave it the way it is. I did my waterline and mascara off camera. My waterline, I used the NYX Vivid Brights eyeliner in the shade She Bang. And for mascara, I used the Benefit mascara, They're Real. Now I only put mascara on my lower lashes because I have lash extensions, so I can't put it on the top. The last thing I'm gonna do to my eyes, I'm gonna use that glitter glue again with that Morphe 250 brush that I used before, because I want to add a little bit more glitter. But this time I'm gonna add it to where that blue and red meet on this outer corner, because I want more, because the red is kind of subtle, which I'm not mad about, but I feel like the look could be more, if that makes any sense. I'm still going to use that same 213 brush, and I think this will help tie in the glitter that I put right here and just add a little, like just another touch. I think it may not do anything, and that's fine, but I think it'll be cute. I think I'm gonna do another layer because that one's too sheer. Oh yeah, that second layer definitely added it. Yeah, that's cute. That's cute. That's kind of what I wanted. For highlighter, I'm gonna use the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Brain Freeze palette, and I'm gonna use this blue shade. It's called Freeze Tag. The brush I'm using is a 510 brush. I'm super excited for 4th of July this year because me and my husband just moved into this house recently, and we haven't had 4th of July here yet. And we have, like, there's a pond near us, and I think it'll be really, really cool to see the fireworks over that pond. like in the distance, and I just really can't wait for that. And like we have like 5 acres, so we'll be able to see, and it's like open, so we'll be able to see a lot of fireworks even if we didn't do any of our own, which I think we're going to because we do every year. I think it'll be really cool to be able to see, and we'll be able to see a lot of fireworks. And 4th of July is like one of my favorite holidays just because I really like fireworks. And I know that a lot of people don't like fireworks because they have animals and stuff that may be afraid of them. But we have, we're gonna have 2 dogs here, and neither of them are afraid of fireworks. They actually enjoy them. They like try to chase them, if that makes any sense, because the fireworks go up in the air and they like try to like jump towards them. It's really funny. So like I don't have the issue of a dog being afraid of fireworks, but I do know that my mom hates fireworks because her animals get scared of fireworks. For my nose highlighter, I'm going to use the Becca Pressed Shimmering Powder in the shade Pearl. I just don't want to use the blue. I just put way too much on my nose. But I just don't want to put blue because I just feel like the blue will be too much on my nose. So I'm going to use Pearl, and I'm just using my finger mainly because I am being lazy and don't want to use a brush. I'm also going to use this Pearl for my inner corner. I just always like to have like a bright spot on my inner corner. I don't know why. I just do. There's a bird right outside my window and it keeps chirping. And I don't know where it's at because there's like nothing outside my window that it could be on. So I don't have any landscaping right there, but it's been chirping for the past like 10 minutes. For lips, I'm just gonna do something simple. For lip liner, I'm gonna use the Morphe lip liner in the shade Clingy. I really need to invest. And say invest, they're not even that expensive, but I need to buy a lip liner sharpener because I feel like I'm limited on the lip liners that I can use because all of them need to be sharpened. So if my lip liner looks a little wonky, it's because I'm like fighting the tip of this. I'm gonna blend that lip liner out with my finger. And then I'm just gonna put a gloss on top of it. This is the gloss by Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and it's in the shade Control Freak. And it's just like a pink. So that is the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I like hearing y'all's feedbacks. Please comment down below with anything you'd like to tell me or any future videos you'd like to see. Until next time, bye.